Okay, here, this is Lord Potato, and yes, I have been gone for a long ass time. Sorry about that, guys. Um, I really did. I was okay. Look here, I was going to upload mostly yesterday. Problem is, well, my fucking air conditioner broke and I was trying to fix it. Of course, that took a long ass time. But that was not the point there. That was actually today. But yesterday, what really happened is I almost fucking died. Yes, I got into somewhat of a small car crash. Somewhat. Motherfucker wasn't paying attention. But that's not the point. I will. I'm not going to explain that in that. Well, and on this what if, I explain that on my second what if channel, but don't worry about that. Happened on my second channel for way too much, so I gotta go on my first channel to start uploading. So yeah, but this is not the point. Let me begin into this what if. This is a new what if. Yes, I know. For the love of God, I have to go finish like a bunch of old Naruto what ifs. Because, yes, I'm going to try to finish all the old Naruto what ifs before I continue on with any new Naruto what ifs. Just because I don't want to, like, somewhat kind of try to remember stuff and other things. But yeah. And of course, I am going to try to finish the, well, mostly Asta what ifs. But yeah, I am still reading the manga. But yeah, somewhat. But that's not the point. Boruto what ifs are on pause. Also, Luffy what ifs are still on pause. Yes, I know. I have been way too lazy to kind of go watch One Piece. I also kind of, well, I'm at the 100 episodes on Bleach, so of course I might just start kind of making what if Ichigo's and other stuff. I mean, I have one fucking thumbnail that I haven't made a what if on, but yeah. But that is not the point. Let me begin into this what if. This what if is called What If Asta had both Divine Dividing and Boosted Gear. Now, if you don't know what the hell these things are, they're basically sacred gears from DXD. Now, been doing some with DXD what ifs on my second channel, but whatever. Not the point. So yeah, let me begin into this what if, and I will explain a little bit more about these sacred gears throughout this what if, but not the point. But if you want to know a little bit on what the hell these two sacred gears do, one boosts the power while the other divines mostly the opponent's power. The boosted power boosted your stats, not the enemy. So yeah, you can also boost the enemy if you want to, but it's not really recommended unless you want to overload them with so much power where they explode. But yeah, but that's not the point. So of course, we begin into mostly Asta, okay? So let's begin into mostly Asta. We kind of go into mostly the battle between, what's it called, Lich? Yeah, is it Lich or Light? What was his name? Yeah, Lich. Well, not Lich, mostly, of course, this is where we go into Yuno and Lich kind of fighting. Of course, this is where they're up in the sky kind of flying and fighting. This is where, well, that one guy that can use copy magic is kind of just smirking and see a Lich kind of fight against the car. Mostly Yuno, and Yuno having the reincarnated kind of elf of Lich's child, whatever. This is where Mimosa is right now kind of sad, and of course, she doesn't know, well, she knows that Asta is right now in the water, but we go into Asta's POV. Asta saying, I can't give up. I don't want to give up. This is where, well, this kind of crimson inferno appears right in front of him, and also a blue kind of glowing of lightning, blue lightning appears. This is where, well, two being says, huh, do you hear this, Drake? It seems this child seems not to want to give up. Should we help him? This is where, well, most of the other being called Drake chuckles and says, we should, Albion. Besides, he is supposed to be our host. And this determined little French fry does want to, help his brother. Even though they're not entirely brothers, but still, yet he still wants to help him. So, should we help him, Albion? This is where Albion, who is the other creature, kind of just says, of course. This is where two kind of mysterious figures appear right in front of Asta. Asta's like, who are you? He doesn't understand, but this key energy is not the mostly demon that he usually meets most of the time when he wants to go into power, mostly. But instead, these two beings are shaped like a dragon, one blue and lightning crackling around it, and kind of white, while the other one is crimson red and crimson fire. Mostly crimson fire is kind of always around it. This is where mostly us is confused and they, who are you two? Ah, you can see us in our kind of disguise from your eyes. It seems that you're quite powerful and physically, but in magic-wise you're not. Still, with our powers, you'll be the most strongest user in the entire world. Besides, you with that anti-magic demon. Okay, I thought I heard something outside and it was fucking scaring the shit out of me. I don't know what the fuck that was, but it was like some kind of like cat dying or something. I didn't look out the window. I was like, you know what? Fuck that shit, man. I don't give a damn. And what the hell that was? But yeah. But of course, that's not the point. Let me begin to this water. Sorry, I'm rambling now. But of course, it worked well. Mostly mostly Asta was like, huh? What are you talking about? Here's the word, well, both figures chuckles and of course saying, oh, you do not need to worry about that. Awaken our child with the both powers of the white one and the red one. Show them in who you are, Asta. This is where, well, Asta, this is where they actually say a last name. So they say the last name called Kyoki, and this is where, well, mostly Asta was kind of shocked to believe that mostly they know about his last name. But of course, this is where, well, Asta kind of just seems confused, shocked, and just like, what the fuck? How? This is where, well, Asta didn't really care too much, but this is where he awakened, mostly mostly wakes up, mostly from the water, and this is where, well, two things actually appear around his body. But of course, he's grabbing the anti-magic sword right now, that huge sword on his hand, and of course, where his left hand actually appears a red gauntlet. This is where, well, all you hear is red, mostly western, or not western, mostly he hears, what's it called? This is where a gauntlet appears. This is where, well, and the gauntlet says, Second Liberation! But this is where it says, Second Liberation! Boost! This is where, well, Red Dragon Western Gauntlet. But yeah, don't worry about that. This is where, well, it says boost, and of course a green light, like right now, shoots from the water. Of course, this is where increasing Asta's speed and strength and everything. Of course, this is where, when, what's it called, that copy guy was just like chuckling. Right now, seeing how was stopped, mostly his magic was stopped by mostly Lich with one of the swords called Demon Dweller. This is where, well, he then sees a giant green flash of light and was confused until this is where, well, Asta's still in the water, but this is where he grows out his demonic wing, his black demonic wing, but this is where, well, he then grows out another wing, but another two wings. This is where, well, it's blue and it looks kind of robotic a little bit, but this is where, well, someone says in an echoey voice, Vanishing Dragon, Sacred Gear. This is where, well, mostly the wings started kind of glowing much more blue and brighter. Of course, also shooting up to the sky and kind of just like, yeah, blasting the bluish energy. This is where, well, mostly the blue and green energy combines together, kind of being a bluish and greenish energy together. But this is where, well, mostly, what's it called, well, what was his name? Fuck, I forgot. Raya was confused in an instant, but this is where, well, mostly Asta was already in, what's it called, demon, well, mostly not demon, well, not devil union, but mostly in, what's it called, black Asta. But right now, having the wings actually spread from behind him, and of course the boosted gear on his left hand, while on his right hand was mostly his like anti-magic demon eye, well, not eye, mostly arm, mostly the black arm. But yeah, and this is where, well, before Raya can even react and what the fuck is happening, a like very fast bullet speed, just so fast that mostly Raya could not react, and this is where something just flies past, what's it called, mostly past him, and even Mimosa couldn't even react. This is where we go into mostly Lich was about to like send a very powerful light attack straight towards one in his eyes and say, damn it, I'm not gonna be able to dodge it. But before even hitting him, dividing this is where, well, they hear dividing. Or mostly it's called, mostly, well, not divide, no, I accidentally got it kind of mixed. But mostly it was called divide, and this is where, well, the wings behind Asta kind of just says, divide, this is where, well, it's dividing the power blast from mostly Lich, and Lich was actually shocked. This is where, well, Yuno sees Asta in a different light. This is where his wings are much more glowing bluer, and of course, it does kind of take power from opponents, mostly that's what the dividing gear can do. Of course, it takes power from mostly the person, gives it to himself, but of course, mostly it stores up to his wings, and it's kind of glowing blue. So of course, the wings are kind of just letting out energy. This is where, well, or magic, if you want to go in cases, but yeah. This is where, well, mostly, what's it called? What was it called? Mostly, Yuno is just shocked, and this is where Lich is just confused and shocked. This is where mostly Yuno sees Asta right now next to him, and this is where Asta says, What are you looking at, Yuno? You think you will be the only one to have power boost? Yeah, right. This is where, well, mostly Yuno just smiles and says, I guess that's how my rival rolls, doesn't he? This is where, well, Asta says, I guess you're right. This is where, well, Asta right now swings his right, well, not right hand, mostly left hand right in front of him. And this is where, well, the, well, mostly sacred gear that he has on his left hand kind of goes boost! Boost! This is where, well, his power is right now being increased every 10 seconds. But yeah, this is where, well, Asta says, just don't get in my way, because I am going to be the strongest in the world. This is where, well, mostly Yuno chuckles and says, yeah, right. This is where, well, Yuno kind of barely even gets to see Asta before he just flashes, mostly past Yuno in an instant, appearing right in front of Lich right now, punching him in the face with the left hand of Sacred Gear. This is where, well, the Sacred Gear left a dented fist into Lich right now, sending his ass straight down to the ground, very far, but yeah. This is where Lich managed to catch himself by using magic around him to try to sustain himself. But this is where, well, also says divide. This is where, well, the wings behind him right now uses divide to divide the magic around what's called Lich before even Lich can actually regain his powers and bearings. This is where, well, mostly Lich is just shocked until he decides to use the Demon Dweller to send multiple light swings straight towards Asta, and this is where Asta just managed to dodge him really fast, and of course appear right in front of the car, well, mostly Lich, until Asta says, Dragon Shot! This is where he barely could make a Dragon Shot, but it was a red tiny ball. Of course, it was smaller than that. It was a car instead of that one that was shown in with Issei. It was kind of smaller, but of course, not Issei, mostly Asta still punched the red ball, and of course, where the red color says Dragon Shot. This is where, well, it said it out loud. Lich, while his eyes could not dodge this attack, smash into the ground in an instant. This is where, well, Asta is still up in the air, kind of just flying with his wings, and of course his mostly sacred gear, the boosted gear, kind of boosting his power every 10 seconds. But yeah, this is where, well, mostly what's it called? Oh fuck, sorry. This is where, well, mostly Asta kind of just like is up there, just flying, floating. Of course, this is where, well, mostly is so shocked and just amazed with Asta's speed and power. Of course, it looks like it got increased so much more than just a couple of boosting and other stuff. This is where, well, it seems to be almost close to his power, but might have been surpassing his power also. Of course, where, well, can't tell for sure if his power got past it, or passed by mostly Asta's weird power, mostly, but yeah. But this is where it's not the point. This is where, is still on guard just in case the mostly, what's it called? Mostly if the elf is already dead or not. Of course, this is where, well, mostly Asta is still flying up in the air. Of course, there's mostly, like Demon Slayer still with his hand, mostly his like right hand, but yeah. This is where, well, mostly Asta is still kind of waiting up there, and this is where, well, Yuno's also flying. This is where, well, mostly Lich actually appears from the ground, sending multiple lights slashes straight towards Asta and Yuno. This is where, well, Asta right now looks at the, what's it called, attacks. But of course, this is where, well, his boosted gear kind of just says reset. This is where, well, not reset just yet, but this is where, well, also felt like he was already at his limit, and this is where, well, mostly two spirits in his head says, "You're already at your limits, kid. Since you don't have magic, we're just going off your stamina, and you don't have much stamina thanks to the demon mode that you're on. So of course, this is where, well, you're gonna have to finish this, kid." This is where, well, Asta nodded and says, "Damn it, you're right." This is where, well, the mostly what's it called? Mostly Lich is right now sending multiple light slashes straight towards the both, well, Asta and also Yuno. And Yuno right now uses a wind barrier, while Asta just says divide. This is where, well, it divides all the attacks. Of course, this is where Asta's managing to dodge pretty easier, much easier and other stuff. But this is where, well, Lich actually appears behind both Asta and even Yuno. And this is where, well, Asta was about to use another dragon shot. But this is where, well, a giant light beam actually appears. This is where, well, both Yuno and Asta barely had time to even dodge this giant light attack. This is where, well, Asta rushes forward right now to use his sacred gear divide to try to divide the energy. But when he tries to divide the energy, it wasn't enough to divide all of it. This is where, well, a huge portion of light energy still smashes upon, what's it called, Asta and what's it called, Yuno. This is where, before Asta can fully get hit, Asta rushes up to Lich before kind of punching him in the face and getting hit by light, but of course grabbing the demon destroyer. This is where, well, both Yuno and Asta were smashed to the ground in an instant. But yeah. This is where, well, both of them were right now screaming. Well, mostly both Asta and Yuno were trying to block out the giant light attack before it hit anyone else. Of course, this is where, well, mostly Asta heard reset. This is where mostly the boosted gear reset it. But this is where Asta didn't want to give up just yet with Albion's sacred gear, mostly dividing. So of course, this is where screams out saying, "I won't give up!" This is where, well, the sacred gear reacted with the emotions of what Asta's feeling. And this is where, well, instead of just saying divide or even just having a, what's it called, dividing, and instead says half dimension. This is where, well, it divides the energy much more faster, and of course managing to actually stop mostly a huge blast of power from trying to hit anyone else in the area. This is where mostly his sacred gear, the divine managed to reset. Also reset. This is where, well, both Yuno and Asta are left to the ground in an instant. Of course, really hurt. Of course, Yuno isn't that hurt, but this is where Asta, his dark energy managed to actually stop. What's it called? Well, the attack from what's it called? The attack from Lich actually hurt him really bad. Of course, he did use something called half dimension, which the only time you can actually use half dimension is when you're in the sacred gear scale melt. But of course, Asta managed to activate it out of some bullshit reason. Don't worry, I'll explain later and what Asta truly is, but don't worry about that. This is where, well, Asta kind of just, well, mostly a few seconds pass by, and this is where, well, mostly Lich and the other friends should just leave, but yeah. This is where, well, Asta and Yuno are actually picked up in an instant by the others because they still need to get to the capital, but yeah. This is where, well, Asta and Yuno started waking up after being healed by the others. This is where, well, mostly, well, what was it called? Nozel is kind of telling them and how the kingdom is reacting with the whole elf ring incarnation. And of course, it worked well. Both Yuno and Asta nodded. Now, of course, where Asta noticed what's it called, the key signature of mostly Hage village being attacked by an elf, and even Yuno notices. But this is where Asta says, "I'm gonna be going over there to Hage village. You stay here, Yuno." This is where Yuno says, "Huh? How? No, wait, no, I'm not letting that happen. This is where, well, Asta says, too bad, I'm going. This is where, well, mostly, what's it called, Nozel tries to stop Asta, but this is where Asta jumps off the, what's it called, mostly silver bird, and this is where wings spread out from his back. Divide, divide, well, no, just kidding, no, just kidding. Divide, or not divide, vanishing dragon. This is where, well, mostly the sacred gear actually appear behind, well, Asta, mostly being the wings. This is where he flies off in an instant. Of course, this is where it wasting up some of the energy that he kind of did get stored. But of course, he's right now flying in much more, like, faster speeds than, what's it called, Yuno can react. Yuno says, I thought he could, This is where, well, when no one notices any Mimosa, they were just shocked to see Asta be able to activate wings. This is where Nozel says, that is the first thing what the fuck. Never mind, I'm not gonna question that boy ever again. Questioning him is basically my biggest downfall here. This is where it will. Asta is getting towards mostly Hage village, and of course where it will. Sister Lily is like about to get attacked by an elf until Nash says, I won't let you hurt her. This is where it will. When what's it called, the person says, pathetic weakling, all of you will die. This is where it will. So they hear divide. This is where the, well, mostly the vines were about to hit Nash until they were cut in an instant, very fast. This is where, well, someone appeared right in front of what's called Nash. This is where a person with bluish wings actually appeared. Of course, the bluish wings were letting off some energy out of the wings. This is where, well, Nash right now in front of him was thinking that he just got saved by an angel. Not really at all. It's mostly this power is not, it's not even close to being an angel at all. This is where, well, but who actually appears was none other than Asta, right now having the Demon Slayer in his hand, right now being able to cut to the car. Well, the vines from actually hurting Nash or anyone else in the whole family or whatever. This is where, well, Nash says, Asta? This is where, well, mostly when Sister Lily notices, she never sees a wing, so of course it's just shocking to see this. And this is where, well, Asta smiles behind him and says, you did good, Nash. Yes, now it's time for me to take over. This is where, well, Asta has actually gotten a little bit much better with the power of mostly Divine Divining or even the boosted gear. So of course, where, well, he then asked Albion if there's actually a second stage for, what's it called? Well, the Divine Divining. This is where, well, Albion says, yes, there is. But I don't know if you would be able to handle the tone on your body. It'll be fine. This is where, well, Asta said with such confidence, and this is where, well, Albion chuckles and says, ha! Then I like you a lot, host. It seems that you don't care that much if there's a tone, well, mostly a toll on your body. Fine, I'll show you the power of Divine Dividing. This is where, well, Asta kind of said, fine. This is where, well, Albion says, divide, mostly he then says, divine, let me say it again. This is where, well, mostly Asta screams out something called Balance Breaker. This is where, well, behind him actually a bluish energy appear around his body. Of course, this is where Albion says a vanishing dragon, Balance Breaker. This is where, well, or not Balance Breaker, mostly Scale Mail. This is where, well, a bluish, well, mostly a whitish armor with bluish gems all appear around Asta's body. This is where, well, Asta kind of just is now in the Vanishing Dragon kind of style. And this is where, well, mostly when everyone saw this is where, well, Asta says, it's time for you to lose. This is where, well, the elf says, what the hell are you? Your energy is now erratic to that of a dragon. What are you? Are you related to a dragon? No, that can't be. Humans aren't not even special or any of that. Creatures. No. You shall die! This is where before it can even attack Asta, Asta appear right in front of him and says, you shut the hell up already. He punches the elf in the face, so hard in the face, knocking his life out. So, this is where, well, Asta sees what's called a bunch of, like, sick people, which he doesn't know what to do. Of course, where, well, he's already out of Balance Breaker. Of course, his body feels like hell again. But of course, where, well, Asta kind of just doesn't know what to do until he remembers the other, like, demon kind of sword blade that he got in from Lich. This is where he pulls it out, and the sword started reacting to destroying all the mana. But yeah, mostly it's called the Demon Destroyer, and it destroys the mana, and yeah, mostly poison or any of that curse. So yeah, this is where, well, also say that's so quite interesting. This is where, well, everyone is happy that they're okay and other things from the poison. Of course, this is where, well, when Nash sees Suzuka Asta kind of getting up, and this is where, well, mostly Nash says, that was so cool. This is where, well, Asta says, huh? Oh, right. I forgot I did use divining right in front of everyone here. Hey, Nash. I'm so glad that you actually protected Sister Lily, just like you said that you were going to do. This is where, well, Nash kind of blushes to say, well, that's because I was the only one here. You and Yuno are somewhere. Wait, where's Yuno? Good question. He's probably with the others. I kind of left on my own to try to kind of save everyone. This is where, well, mostly Nash nodded and says, still, what was that? What was those blue wings? What was that armor? This is where also says, that is a secret of my magic. This is where, well, Nash kind of switches off and says, huh? What? What? Huh? Wait, magic? But you don't have any. This is where also says that I know that. Shut up already. This is where, well, also kind of just says that under his breath. But yeah, this is where, well, also turns around and says, not the point, Nash, but I should probably be going. Sister Lily, are you going to be fine here? This is where Sister Lily says, of course I'm going to be fine. Go save the, what's it called, kingdom if you have to. This is where, well, also nodded and says, well, I'll be going. Nash, protect Sister Lily at all costs. Okay? This is where Nash says, fine, I will. This is where, well, Asta chuckles and of course just pats him in the head before going into, what's it called, his mostly divining wings, and of course deciding to fly away. This is where, well, he's going in hyperspeed trying to get to the black bulls. Of course, letting out some energy that he did stored up again because, well, it does have a lot of storage with energy, but of course, he needs to get rid of that energy. If he doesn't, then he will get the toll of the energy and the strain and other stuff. So, of course, well, Asta is right now flying in high speed straight towards mostly the Black Bull location. Or, well, some of the members' Black Bull location. This is where, well, he managed to find Luck, Magna, and even Vanessa. This is where, well, Luck and, well, mostly Vanessa and, what's it called, Magna are fighting against Luck. And this is where, well, Magma says, stop this, Luck. You need to stop this. This is where Luck says, huh? Who do you think I am, you damn human? I would not. This is where, well, he then kind of hears this word, divide. This is where Luck's energy right now drops to half. And this is where Luck's, well, mostly elf counterpart says, what the? Why am I not that fast? This is where before he even gets to even talk any further, Asta appears behind him with the Demon Destroyer and says, you are getting out of my friend's body. Now get out of my friend's body. He stabs him with the Demon Destroyer, and this is where, well, mostly, well, Luck, who is right now the elf incarnation, says, no, oh. This is where he gets out of the, well, body of Luck. This is where, well, mostly the elf kind of grins, kind of just finding it Asta for freeing him, but yeah. This is where, well, Asta nodded, but this is where, well, when Asta landed down on the ground, kind of grabbing Luck from actually falling down to the ground, this is where both Vanessa and, what's it called, Magna says, Asta? This is where they're just confused and shocked. Of course, they're shocked with the fact that Asta came out of the fuck nowhere, confused in where the fuck did he get 2 wings, and just lost. But yeah, and where the what is happening? But yeah, this is where, well, Asta says, hey, you two look roughed up a lot. What, did Magna well, not Magna, did Luck manage to kick your ass, Magna? This is where Magna kind of just say, huh? What the? I have never heard you with that cocky grin. You want to fight me, what's it called, Asta? You want to go? This is where, well, Asta kind of chuckles and says, no, but we gotta definitely get to the other Black Bulls. This is where Vanessa nodded, of course, just widening her eyes when Asta did take leadership very fast. Of course, this is where she never heard this commanding tone from Asta, but it seems that Asta changed a little bit, but yeah. This is where, well, Asta says, well, we should probably be going then. This is where, well, they nodded. Of course, where looked is actually kind of still hold on by Asta. So of course, Asta says, "Just follow me." This is where, well, Magna says, "Okay, how are we gonna follow you if we're just going? Are you gonna get on the broom?" Or this is where Asta says, "No, I'm just gonna fly there." This is where, well, his divine wings just spread out, and of course he's flying up. This is where, well, Magna says, "That's so fucking cool." This is where, well, Vanessa kind of says, "Hara hara, I like that." This is where, well, taking charge like a real man should do. This is where, well, mostly Magnus Watch also says, "Yeah, whatever." This is where, well, they're kind of riding on what's called Hellblazer, whatever the hell that Magna likes to call it, but yeah. Of course, where, well, they are right now following Asta, but yeah, this is where Asta gets towards the base for the Black Bulls, and of course, is where it's actually a wasteland. This is where, well, he's confusing what the hell happened. Asta landed down to the ground and says, "Is anyone here? Hello?" This is where he uses Key's signature to try to sense in where some people are at. He finds Finral, he also finds Gordon, and even what they call Grace, which they all jumped out and say, "Asta!" This is where, well, mostly Grace kind of just speaks really rambling, shaking, and kind of shy, while Gordon speaks very soft, well, mostly kind of low, soft, and you can barely hear him at all. And this is where, well, mostly Henry also just talks very slow and other things. And this is where also nods and says, "I see. So, you guys were attacked by, well, incarnation elf from mostly, what was it called, Gordon? Yeah, no, not Gordon, mostly, not Gordon, what was the other guy? Mostly the sister count, or whatever." This is where, well, also nodded. This is where he says, "I see." Damn it. Wow. It seems that the incarnation elf spell has gone very far around the whole capital. We're gonna have to kind of get ready to fight against other elves. This is where, well, mostly Grace gets scared, hides behind Gordon. This is where Gordon kind of nods, kind of sternly, but of course, still being, of course, like you can barely hear him most of the time. And Henry says, "Aye, aye, Captain." This is where, well, he just joking a little bit, but yeah. This is where, well, Asta chuckles and says, "No, don't call me Captain. Besides, we gotta also look for Captain Yami." This is where, well, they can see somewhat this like whitish armor appear behind what Asta, mostly his divide gear is still with him. Of course, this is where it vanished into thin blue light, but yeah, until mostly a portal behind them actually appears. And of course, it's none other than somewhat of the Midnight Eye members, mostly that crazy bastard, the guy with the curse magic, whatever, or whatever his goddamn name was again. Sally, and of course the other guy, Portal guy. But yeah, I forgot their names entirely, but yeah. This is where Sally says, "Hi!" This is where, well, she kind of just waves towards all of the Black Bulls. This is where Asta, well, mostly kind of looks at them and says, "Just ignore them." This is where, well, mostly the other guy says, "Huh? Ignore me? You fucking bastard! We came here just to help you. You know why? Because we want revenge on that bastard. What's it called? Lich." And this is where, well, Asta looks back and says, nothing. This is where, well, mostly he's just joking, but this is where, well, the guy's right now screaming saying, "Huh? You want me to kick your ass, you brat? You're nothing but a squirt. You can't do anything to me." This is where, well, mostly he just chuckles, well, kind of just like admits being all proud and mighty, and this is where Asta says, not the point. Henry, are you able to fix up the base? This is where Henry says, "I can." This is where, well, Asta says, "Well, this should be able to help you much faster." This is where, well, mostly before they go on, mostly it was a cop. Charmy came back, and of course Charmy says, What happened to my garden?" This is where, well, Asta says. He then looks towards some of the Chaos Brigade, or not Chaos Brigade, mostly the mid of the night eye members. And this is where, well, he then points at the guy with kind of purplish hair, of course, both of his eyes open somewhat. And this is where, well, the guy right now switch up and says, "What? Oh, wait. This is where he feels the spike of energy, and this is where he looks towards Charmy. Charmy says, "You're dead." This is where a sheep behind her cracked its kind of knuckles. And this is where, well, the guy says, "How the fuck is that?" Actually, this is where he's beaten to a pulp. This is where, well, Charmy says, "Never destroy my garden ever again, or I'll kill you this time." This is where, well, Asta is chuckling just seeing this. But yeah, this is where, well, mostly Sally and the other dude are just workshopping how evil Asta was towards mostly the other dude. But yeah, of course, the where Asta says, well, we should probably get this started. Charmy, can you make us some food to increase our magic and just heal our bodies entirely? Well, I need someone to actually heal my body most of the time, but yeah. Charmy says, yes, I can. This is where, well, she starts making food and other things. Everyone's eating. Of course, this is where Asta can feel like his body regain some of what's it called, not be too much strain. So, of course, this is where, well, we'll see Henry started kind of rebuilding and, of course, turning into a bull. And, of course, this is where, well, he says, well, we should get on. This is where, well, Asta nodded. And, of course, the others kind of nodded. This is where, well, they go on to try to get towards what's called the capital. This is where, well, there's actually members of what's called elf incarnations trying to block their way. But before, when they try to block their way, this is where Asta managed to get out of the bulls, mostly the black bull kind of like base, the giant bull, and of course got out. And this is where he then says divide. This is where, well, he divides all their magic, the elves, and they easily get taken out. Now, of course, everyone is still confused with Asta's wings, the bluish wings of mostly divining. Now, of course, well, Asta kind of uses this just to kind of be able to kind of get rid of enemies much easier. But yeah, this is where, well, he does store up the energy of their kind of enemies every time. But of course, knows how to release it into mostly Henry to make him go faster into the bulls, and of course help some people by kind of using what's it called, transfer from the divining. But yeah, I don't think he can. What's it called? Can the White Dragon Emperor be able to? What's it called? I don't think so. But I do know that the boosted gear can transfer. But of course, this is where, well, Asta is saving the boosted gear as like a trump card. But yeah, he is using divine a couple of times. But yeah, he isn't like overusing it every time. He does kind of uses the Demon Destroyer to get rid of the elf incarnations. But yeah, that's happening. But other than that, I think I'm leaving it off here for kind of part 1 of what if Asta had both divining and boosted gear. Because of the fact that I need to charge my phone, and also the fact that I'm kind of getting tired and my throat is hurting like hell. And I kind of forgot about a lot of things in Black Clover, so I might have to go rewatch it later. But yeah. But other than that, bye, see you, and yeah, I might come back to this, and because I'm probably fucked up a lot of things. But other than that, maybe not, I don't care, probably. But other than that, bye, see you, and stay safe, guys. Have a nice potato day, potato night, potato safe, potato. It's been a while since I said that intro, well, mostly outro in my intro. So other than that, I will be leaving, and see you guys. I will try to finish the Naruto what if I can, if I don't get too bored. Any 1 month old what ifs, I am not gonna do a recap because I said fuck it. Or maybe some what ifs I just going to say fuck it. I'm not gonna do a recap because I'm lazy as hell. So probably that's a thing, and yes, I am lazy. So yeah, but not the point. Let me leave it off here and say good luck, guys. But not good luck. We'll see. Stay safe. Stay healthy. Don't get into a car crash like somehow I did, but luckily I wasn't hurt that much at all. But I did get some PTSD from mostly driving. A little bit, not much. But it's not a joking matter if you do get PTSD from driving. I was already nervous and extremely nervous for driving at all. And it mostly, yeah. So, of course, kind of getting into that accident kind of made me not really wanted to drive that much, but I had to drive because my parents are lazy pricks most of the time. But not the point. Let me leave it off here, but other than that, bye, see you, and yeah.